Welcome to Offering Education Experiences for Parents, Alumni, and Guardians. My name is Heidi Louise. I am the moderator for today's session, along with your presenter, Steve Stuckey. We appreciate you joining us for the CypherWorx K-12 online training program, offering education experiences for parents, alumni, and guardians. Our intent is to provide you with information you will find beneficial to your school or district. To allow you to make the most out of your session today, I'd like to give you a quick tour of the Zoom webinar control panel. The panel will look like the one on your screen. Your microphone will be muted, but we want you to feel free to raise your hand or ask questions in the chat during the presentation. I will monitor both areas to alert Steve and make him aware of any questions that come in. Now I will hand it over to Steve.
Great. Thank you so much, Heidi, and welcome everyone. Thank you so much for joining today. Again, as Heidi said, my name is Steve Stuckey. I've been with CypherWorx for just over 10 years now. I started out my career at Paychex Payroll Company, and that's where I got my exposure, my first exposure to adult education. So it has been a tremendous journey that I've had over the last more than 30 years, I hate to admit. But I'm very excited to share this piece of the K-12 program with you. And so we're going to go ahead and get started. Before we get rolling into the kind of the community education component of this, I wanted to start off by sharing with you the K-12 program. I'm actually going to turn off my camera so that we can pay attention to the slides here. So the K-12 program it's important that we give you an overview. And what this is this came out of Paychex starting years ago, really developed for providing after school professional development. Quickly thereafter, we wound up creating the early childcare and the CDA, and then working with other institutions and organizations, for-profit organizations. We wound up building up a significant catalog and really working with, again, educational organizations across the country. And so hearing from school districts and providers, we found out that there was a number of different gaps and opportunities to be able to provide a holistic education experience for school districts and their communities. And so this is a new program that we're really excited to share with folks. And you can see how this is broken out. So one thing to note is that CypherWorx is an Iacet, IACET accredited provider, which allows us to offer continuing education credits for these courses that we provide. Now you'll see that they're broken out into these 7 different areas: tech certification, professional development, safety, HR compliance, CDA and childcare, which includes the after-school courses that are approved by every state in the country, includes the GED and credit recovery courses, as well as our brand new paraprofessional certification courses. So this actually is the paraprofessional test prep certification courses, as well as a whole host of additional paraprofessional training courses. And I think the timing of this is really important, obviously, with what's going on in school districts across the country in terms of what's happening post-COVID, staffing, et cetera. It's just a great time for us to be able to offer all of these courses. And so you'll see that there's a number of titles listed under each of these categories. This is just a small sampling of the courses. There's over 2,000 hours worth of training that is available here. All right, so I'm just going to click on the catalog here real quickly so that you can see some of those courses. And we can go into these, obviously in more detail. If you're interested, I encourage you to reach out to us on the CypherWorx website. I'll be happy to share this catalog with you. But to give you an idea of tech certification, you'll see that there's not only the basics courses of all of the Microsoft products and so forth, but you'll see that there's tech certification courses in various different areas. CompTIA certification, for example, really is the key to the kingdom. If you have a child or a parent or a guardian, anybody in the community that's looking to get into the world of IT, programming, what have you. Now, if you were to go out and try to purchase the CompTIA training courses, you might pay $2,000 or $2,500. And so the nice thing about this is for the school districts that are working with CypherWorx, this is all available for you to offer to the community completely for free. And so it's somewhat, hate to use the phrase mind-blowing, but it really is a new and kind of revolutionary way of offering training and education to the community. But you'll see that there's FITSE, Mile 2 certifications, Certified Wireless Network, Project Management certification, etc. So again, we include the GED training, as well as all of the professional development catalog, HR, life skills, etc. So we'll talk a little bit about that. But getting back to the presentation here, one of the things that's important to note is that we have the ability to deliver this content with you in a few different ways. So the first way, and a number of school districts that have already started working with CypherWorx are already taking advantage of this, is utilizing the CypherWorx learning management system. And so as part of that, one of the things that they're finding is that their current situation is oftentimes they're sending people to different locations to get their training. This way they can go all in one place. And you can also track and manage the training. You can run reports and see what courses are being taken, who's completed what certifications, etc. So that's one way in which we deliver the training to you, is providing that learning management system. The other way that we can do this, and I don't know if you can see this shaded out area, we can actually provide the courses in your existing learning management system. So if you have a system that's already in place, we can give you those courses and you can serve them up right within your existing learning management system. Another way is through PowerSchool or another student information system. So if it has a learning management system component, again, we can provide those courses to you. And then the last piece is really one of the things that we're going to be focusing on is for students, parents, alumni, caregivers. They can access all of these training courses through a separate site. All right. So again, this is really training. The K-12 program is designed to be a holistic approach, meaning that you're providing training for teachers, administrators, your entire school staff has access to this training. Obviously students as well, but we're going to be focusing on what we've got circled here: parents, caregivers, grandparents, community members, and alumni. So what about the cost of the program? One of the things that's really important to CypherWorx is to make this very affordable to everyone. We want to get this, make sure that everyone has access to all of this great training that's been put together to really help people in their lifetime journey of education and development. So what I have up on the screen here is you'll see that the pricing is based upon student enrollment in a particular district. So if you're, say, a school district of, say, 2,500 students, you can get access to all of the training courses. And in this example, you know, here's somebody that's using PowerSchool. The cost is $91.88 for the year. This breaks down to about $800 a month. And again, this includes offering the training to the entire school district, staff, administrators, etc., as well as the entire community. All right, let's get started on talking about providing these educational experiences to adults. There's a lot of time and thought and effort that's been put into this, and there's a lot of research that's backed this up as well. So at one time, adult education referred to being taught remedial and basic skills. That was adult education back in the day. So our focus is on broader, higher level skills. And so this includes supporting career progression, GED preparation training, even parental support, digital literacy, technical education, and finally life skills. And I get excited about life skills because I have kiddos that are school age, one that's in middle school, one in high school. And these courses are really appropriate for them as well. So we know also from experience and research that there are very important concepts that have to be included in all of the adult options that you offer, the adult learning options that you offer. So that's what these blue tags are on the outside. So number one is offering a personal benefit, and this makes a lot of sense to me. Adult learners have to be able to see the personal benefit of what they're learning and how it satisfies the need that they have, right? We're all busy, we all have things that we want to do, but I'm motivated to participate in this learning if it's going to actually put me in a position to, solve a problem for me or avoid a problem, maybe allow me the opportunity to take advantage of a new career opportunity or increased status, or if it leads to professional or personal growth. For experience, adult learners come to each learning event with, we all have unique backgrounds with our knowledge and experience that we've gained over the years. And adults are motivated to learn if the learning involves them in sharing what they know, it builds on what they already know, and also validates their experience. And self-direction, it's important that adult learners are self-directed by nature, and they have to have some control over what they're learning. So they're motivated to learn if they can take charge of the learning and make decisions about the content and the process. They want to be able to contribute to the learning of their co-learners. They want to have some degree of independence in the learning process. All right, so we all learn at different rates and we have different things that we want to learn about. I'm motivated when I have control over that process. And then learning styles, adult learners approach learning in a great variety of ways, right? So we're all different, again, different types of learners, from hands-on and moving to using their eyes, ears, and logic to anchor new skills and knowledge. And they learn best when the learning taps into a mix of learning styles that fit their preferences and stimulate their multiple intelligences. Some obviously would label themselves as auditory learners, some kinesthetic, some visual. And so you'll see that the courses, to be effective, really have to have all of those elements. And then finally, application and action. Adult learners are very busy, very practical, and generally learn by doing. So they learn best when there's an immediate application to the learning. They participate actively in the learning process, and then that they can practice those new skills or test their knowledge before leaving a learning session. So all of those 5 elements that we just reviewed in those blue tabs are really critical, and those all go into the creation of all of these online courses within that catalog that we just shared. So as you can imagine, a lot of work has gone into creating the courses so that we can address each of these points to appeal to both the adult learners and also, just as we're more importantly, make sure that ensure the effectiveness of the training. All right, so moving on to some of the categories here. I wanted to share with you some of the technical and certification education that's now available to your community. So the K-12 catalog of courses provides a broad range of online training towards certifications, and these will allow parents, guardians, community members, all of them to receive the coursework that they need to complete these certification exams. So here's a few examples of the certification courses that are offered within the CypherWorx catalog. So one is this Child Development Associate credential. So this provides all the coursework to complete to enable someone to step into a teaching position or to increase their opportunity in childcare to help advance their career. I mentioned briefly the CompTIA certification that might cost an individual, $2,000 or $2,500 just as an example to be able to get that CompTIA certification. And what this CompTIA certification is, this is the Computing Technology Industry Association. And it's the leading provider of vendor-neutral IT certifications in the world. They have more than 2 million IT certifications that are issued worldwide. And CompTIA is dedicated to helping IT professionals lead the charge in today's digitally connected world. So you can imagine that there's a lot of high-paying positions that are out there that are available, and completion of the CompTIA certification is, obviously a great key to the kingdom. So you could use this certification to either get a job or to increase your job skills, help advance your career, or prepare yourself if you're a student, as you're going to college, giving yourself a leg up. Azure Fundamentals is a 6-part series that teaches you basic cloud concepts and provides a streamlined overview of many of the Azure services and guides you with a hands-on experience to deploy your first services for free. So this one has been very popular, as you can imagine. Most everybody is familiar with Amazon, right? Amazon Web Services Cloud Practitioner. Earning this certified cloud practitioner validates your cloud fluency and foundational AWS knowledge. And then in the upper right-hand corner, you'll see the project management professional. This PMP certification is globally recognized project management certification. And this tests a candidate's ability to manage the people and the processes and the business priorities of a professional project. So you can imagine the value of this to folks in the community. And then also share with you this certified wireless services, wireless network professional. So the CWNP program is the industry standard for wireless network certification and training. And so this sets their students apart in the IT industry to provide the skills that they need to work in today's most complex enterprise level wireless networks. So this is, there's IT professionals in over 140 countries that utilize the CWNP certification. And so they use this to help make our wireless networks more secure, cost-effective, reliable, and so on. So I'm just going to click on this particular course here. This one happens to be with the CDA certification to give you an idea of what folks in the community would see. And I'll mention here that if it wasn't apparent already, all of these courses, and if you decide to use the learning management system from CypherWorx as well, but all of these courses are designed to be taken on any device, including tablets and cell phones. So we wanted to make sure that this was as accessible to everyone as possible. Not everybody has a computer or reliable internet at home. And so making sure that these were as accessible as possible was very important to CypherWorx. So in terms of the course, obviously the individual can come in here and see the course. They can see what is going to be covered within that course. They just click on the Start Course button. And you'll see that on the left-hand side, you'll see all of the topics that are going to be covered. So I'll be able to see my progress as I progress through the course. Now, the courses are also developed with what we call forced navigation. That means that each individual is going to have to go through each section of the course to ensure learning. So you can't just normally skip ahead. I've got this one with the course navigation, forced navigation turned off so that we can actually see some of the items within this course. So because this is a certification course and this involves 120 hours of training, and that's included as part of the CDA test prep training. So there's 120 hours made up of 60 courses. And each course will have this information at the beginning, letting people know what they need to do to apply for the course. What are the minimum standards and so forth? What do I need to do within 6 months? So we lay this out very clearly for each individual on what they need to do. They'll be able to see all of the information on who the subject matter experts are that we worked with on creating this. You'll see that there's different items that they will have the ability or will have to click on. There might be learning games, reflection points where they have to respond just like they're in a classroom. So you'll see that each of the courses may include things like images and videos and those reflection points. There might be quiz questions throughout. So here's an example, for example, where I'm going to be typing the answer to my question or my feedback on my thoughts. And so folks can actually save this information and be able to review that at a later date. So one thing I'll mention here too is that the great thing is the way that teams design this is that if you were to shut your computer or phone and just walk away, the system will also remember where you left off. And you can always take a look at, where am I at right now? Am I halfway through? If I'm a third way to go, oh, I'm excited to look at this next piece. Now, the other thing that you'll be able to see down here is additional pieces. There's going to be a quiz at the end of the course. And once the quiz is successfully completed, that individual will get a certificate of completion for that course. And then they'll be able to move on to the next one when they're ready. All right, so that is just a glimpse into one of the certification courses. And so you can imagine there's a tremendous amount of content that is available 24/7 for individuals to access this, again, on any device. So let's take a look at career progression. The K-12 catalog here includes hundreds of courses that help the community progress in their careers. And a few examples of courses that we provide that career progression includes. Number one is Microsoft courses to help adults learn how to or become better at using Microsoft Word, Excel, PowerPoint, Outlook, Access, and Project. So you can imagine, even just on the surface of that, I find myself having been with CypherWorx for 10 plus years. I can always improve my skills. It's an ongoing journey, right? On whether it's Excel or Access or PowerPoint, you can always get better. And these courses are available, once again, to the community completely for free. IT certifications to move to new careers or expand their current knowledge. We just talked about those. Job skills and professional development courses that support interpersonal communications, management, leadership, conducting meetings, presentation skills, and more. Practical courses to support existing careers, such as safe food handling for restaurant workers, working safely with power tools, the OSHA 10 and 40 hours courses, construction trades, and much more. And then finally, courses that are designed to help with skills to help find and keep a job, including job success. So you see that one on the screen here. So we'll take a quick look at this one. So if I click on Start, you'll be able to see what is included in the content in the curriculum for this particular course. So how do you increase your job success? Time management, setting goals, business etiquette, avoid the 5 common work-related pitfalls, communication, listening skills, coping with stress and anger, resolving conflict. I'm sure there's a lot of us that wish we would have had these courses as we were starting our professional careers as well. So again, there's going to be interviewing skills, resume and cover letter courses, freelance work, and more. So now you can see why we're so excited to be able to share this with you. So going on with the next piece, which is GED preparation. These slides will give you a little bit of a feel for what's covered in how this is presented in each of these courses. So the GED prep course includes all of the courses that are needed to prepare for and get ready to complete the GED exams. So these courses include interactive whiteboards and other activities, really to fully prepare anybody for the GED at any age. I'll just pull this one up just to illustrate the fact that, you've got, this is just one of the courses within the GED test prep area. And I'll just click on this to illustrate the fact that we actually can download a resource right here, the math workbook for the GED test prep. So the team has really thought about anything that folks would need to prepare successfully for the GED. All right, digital literacy. These courses include a broad range of courses that help adult learners improve their own digital literacy skills. Excuse me. But also explore how to navigate the internet, computer skills, and more. So let's take a look at this particular course, digital media literacy. And again, this is just one of the courses in that area. I'll click on start the course again so you can see what is available here. So evaluating a web page, right? What is sponsored content? This is kind of a look in the back window of what happens on the internet. What is clickbait, targeted advertising? You know, how do I protect myself? Deconstructing media messages, photo manipulation, all right, facts, fake news that we've all heard about. What's an echo chamber? What are filter bubbles? That type of thing. So having taken this course, you can imagine your knowledge of the digital world is going to be greatly increased. So that gives you an idea of what happens as one of the digital literacy courses that I just shared with you. So another area is, again, parental support. So CypherWorx childcare catalogs have hundreds of courses that parents, guardians, or grandparents can take to improve their ability to support the kids in their care. Courses include a broad range of courses in many topics, from caring for children with ADHD, disabilities, internet safety for kids, child growth and development, and supporting positive behaviors in caring for children. So looking at one of these courses, here's internet safety for kids. And so again, understanding the online dangers, covering cyberbullying and how to respond to cyberbullying. Age restrictions on social media, teaching kids to use social media in a safe way. So these are all tremendous resources. You know, if you're that parent, you're that guardian, and you're really looking to protect your kids. I know that my kids are too glued to their cell phones and social media. I'm guilty of being on my cell phone too much as it is. But it's really important to have that education to really be able to understand what's safe and what's not so safe and how to be smart about it. So life skills, and this is a category that's really near and dear to my heart. My daughter is 12, my son is 16, and he's looks like he's looking at colleges and wanting to go to that route for him personally. But I think the important thing is for me as a father is making sure that these kiddos are equipped with the life skills that are necessary to get through. So you'll see that there's courses on, you know, anger management, caregiving, managing stress, contentious relationships, even addictions, and many more. So, for instance, there's a course on anger management. So anger management, I will have you take a look at the items that are covered here. So everything from what causes the anger, how does that happen in the brain, dealing with you know, past traumas and so forth, utilizing anger, you know, hopefully in a very positive way. So using your anger positively. And again, each of these courses are going to be full of the latest knowledge from subject matter experts to help address any of these things. And again, those parents, guardians, people in the community will be able to pick and choose what courses that are appropriate to them. Gosh, this is interesting to me, so I'm going to go ahead and take that course. So as I mentioned earlier in the conversation here, is that CypherWorx is an Iacet accredited provider. And so if you're not familiar with Iacet, Iacet is actually the organization that really developed the foundation for the CEU. They developed the original continuing education credit unit. And what they do is they ensure that providers of continuing education and training can prove that they have high quality instruction by following the ANSI Iacet 2018 standard for continuing education and training. And this is a pretty rigorous accreditation process. So we're really proud to be able to offer this to the community. And ANSI is, or Iacet is the standard. It's a universal model for learning process excellence. And so again, that's what allows us to provide those continuing education credits. So one thing I wanted to share with you here is if you go to the Iacet website, you'll know that you'll be able to search for those organizations. And it's pretty impressive the number of organizations that will accept CEUs, continuing education credits from Iacet. So you'll see that there's many colleges, universities, organizations, school districts, and so forth that will accept these courses for credit. So I just typed in Michigan here, and you'll see that University of Michigan, Michigan State University, all of the other ones here that are on this list. It's quite a long list of folks that will actually accept those continuing education credits, which is yet an additional benefit to those folks in the community that may want to be able to use these courses to help them towards their degree or a certification. All right. So one of the things that's also very important to CypherWorx is making sure that these courses are accessible to everyone. So we're really proud of the fact, and we put a lot of work into making sure that CypherWorx courses meet the WCAG 2.0 level AAA compliance. What this means is that CypherWorx has gone way beyond the Section 508 government compliance so that we can offer the highest level of inclusivity. So if you're not familiar with what WCAG is it's the acronym is the Web Content Accessibility Guidelines. And this defines on how to make web content more accessible to people with disabilities. And so accessibility includes a wide range of disabilities that an individual might have, including visual, auditory, physical, speech, cognitive, language, learning, or neurological disabilities. So if you are someone that happens to have one of those disabilities, for example, the courses are all designed so that they comply and able to work with various devices like JAWS readers and so forth. So we're really proud of that process. So again, we make access to the content, all of this content easy. Again, there's over 2,000 hours worth of training for folks to choose from all those categories that we talked about. And as we stated in the overall program description earlier in the conversation, we can provide this content to your school or district in several different ways to make it as easy as possible for you. So we can set up a privately branded learning content management system, so an LCMS. We provide that for you, brand that to your school or district, and that then becomes available to all of your teachers, administrators, staff, etc. And then we also have the site that's dedicated for students, parents, alumni, guardians, that type of thing. And then we can also provide these courses again through your student information system or through your current learning management system if you happen to have one already. Also wanted to mention that for New York State CypherWorx courses, all of the K12 program is approved through BOCES 2, Board of Cooperative Education Services, and also is eligible for the COSER. So for New York partners, just understand that as affordable as this has become because of the BOCES relationship there and being able to take care of the COSER process, depending on your percentage, you could, this paves the way for significant reimbursement of the expenses for this program. So for those folks in New York, it really should make the decision to offer the K-12 catalog to the community even easier. So the other thing I'll share with you too is for New York State and beyond, the courses and CypherWorx learning management system are all EdLaw 2D compliant. So you can rest assured that compliance is assured, and the Educational Law 2D, which is referred to in New York schools as EdLaw 2D, provides the guidance and education that agencies and any third-party providers on how to strengthen data privacy and security so that we're ensured that we protect the student data and annual professional performance review data. So we've taken all the steps to ensure that we comply with all of these elements of EdLaw 2D. And we're not required to have a data protection officer, but CypherWorx has taken the additional steps of having employees that are on staff that are actually certified as data protection officers. So I hope that that was helpful information to you. I want to say thank you for taking the time to learn more about offering educational experiences for parents, alumni, and guardians. And we hope this was helpful information to you. We encourage you to reach out to us. You can reach out to me directly with my information on the screen. And we'd love to be able to connect with you and any other stakeholders you have for a private discussion to talk about the K-12 program and how it can best fit and meet your goals. And I think the important thing to note is that the CypherWorx team is ready to help you every step of the way as you look forward to launch this and release this to the community. So again, thank you so much for your time. We encourage you to visit the cypherworx.com/K12 website to participate in future sessions, or you can view previously recorded sessions as well. So I say thank you again, and I wish you a wonderful day. Thanks so much.